welcome to episode 4 of the Squeeze Baseball Podcast. My name is Tyler Merkel, and with me I have...
Michael Langston.
Episode 4, man.
Episode 4, we made it. We made it to Yachty. I can't believe that.
We did!
Yeah, we made it to Yachty.
Where are my notes?
We got a lot of stuff to
We
talk
actually
about.
have baseball news to talk about. Baseball has started.
I'm so happy about that.
Google Docs.
There's also been exciting announcements from the baseball world, of course. The big one, as we are filming this on Thursday, February 21st in the year of 2019. But more importantly, this week, the man, the myth, the legend, known as Manny Machado.
Manny Machado.
Not Manny Ramirez.
Not Manny
Manny
Ramirez. Fuck
Machado.
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah. He has finally
He
signed.
finally signed, dude. Oh my god. When I got the notification, I was sitting in the library before my second class of the day.
Yeah.
I got it immediately. It was like, oh my fucking god. This is real news.
Dude,
Texted you immediately.
Yes. I was sitting in class right before the professor had started her lesson for the day, and I just pulled out my phone and I said, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, my mouth dropped open. I put my face in my computer. I was flipping out. Your microphone's going a little crazy there. Here, let me help you while I keep
wobbly.
talking. Yeah, the microphone stands are a little wobbly today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're tight. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Bet.
There you go.
So and people were asking, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, $300 million. That's all I could muster out. And they're like, what? And I'm like, 5th-year option.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I said, Manny. And they had no idea because none of them are baseball people. But the one baseball person in the class, as soon as I said Manny, they said, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
I had a guy at work. He's like, man, I played the wrong sport. Some guy in baseball, he just signed a $300 million deal. And I was like, yeah, no, we were literally just fucking talking about
Yeah.
that. His name's Manny Machado, signed with the Padres. That's good move for the Padres. I mean,
I did not see that coming.
oh, I didn't either. When I heard Padres like put their
Hat in the ring. I
hat in
thought
the
they were
ring, I
doing
was
it for
like-
shits and giggles.
Yeah, I
But
was
holy,
like,
where
okay,
did they pull
Padres.
money out of their ass like that?
that's a lot of money.
Exactly.
A lot of fucking money, dog.
Oh my God. But even then, so now you have Manny Machado put into that lineup, and that first 4 in the lineup for the Padres now is good. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not as good as the players were in their prime, but it's still good. Because you got Kinsler leading off at second base. Batting second, you got Machado.
Yeah.
And then in the 3 hole, you're going to have Hosmer. And then the 4th hole, you're going to have Myers. I mean, that's a really good front 4.
Wow, I forgot Will Myers existed for a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he was great in, like, 2016,
Yeah.
and then wasn't?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, you got a couple other options, too. Like, Manuel Margot is but, of course, you got Fernando Tatis Jr.
Ooh.
coming up the pipe at short. So that would be fun to see. But the whole thing is going to hinge on whether or not their pitching's good. And I don't know if the Padres are going to be able to pull out a good pitching staff.
No, they won't. Clayton Richards, that's a starter, I think, for them.
He's not even in there.
He's not? Oh, shit.
Perdomo.
Yeah. Luis Perdomo.
Erlin, Brian Mitchell, Eric Lauer. Is it Lucheski?
Yeah.
Lucheski?
Oh, yeah. He's one of the Future Stars missions in
Yeah.
MLB The Show.
Oh, yeah. Because the problem is the most wins any of their starters got last year was 7.
Ooh.
They're not a good pitching team.
Ooh.
They are. Oh, no, wait. That's a projection. My bad. That's not actually from last year. I don't know the leading win guy on the Padres last year. But Machado's going to help in their lineup, obviously. He's going to get them to what was the standings last year for the Padres? Because they were at the bottom.
Yeah.
Bare bottom. So if we look at the MLB standings for 2018,
The only pitcher I could have named for them last year was Brad Hand on the Padres last year? Or did that trade happen the year before?
no, I think Hand was on the Padres.
Yeah, that's right. Because Mejia
Yeah.
did play a game for the Indians. He did play for the Indians,
Yeah.
and then they swapped. That was an odd trade.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because the Padres traded him to the Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then who else did the Padres have? Quackenbush? That's it. Those are the only two guys I remember. I remember when they had back in the day, Jake Peavy
Yeah.
on their squad. Oh my God, Trevor Hoffman. That was an unbelievable Padres team, especially back in 06 when they won, I think it was like 88 games, and they were tied with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, how far they have fallen. They just need pitching. And Machado is going to get them somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And I was listening to someone. I was listening to the Bronx Pinstripes podcast, and they were talking about how that is like butts in the seats.
Yeah.
People come to see Machado. He's a superstar.
Yes, they do. And I definitely am going to guarantee here that the Padres will not win only 66 games like they
Right.
did last season. I think they'll get up to maybe 75, but this is all going to hinge on their pitching, if they get to the 500 mark or not. The problem is the West right now is stacked with two good teams and one team that we don't know where they're going to shake in the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
So it makes the West more competitive in that teams are starting to get more wins, but even then, you still only got two teams that are going to be able to compete, even with Machado in the mix playing against these guys.
Yeah.
And he knows the Dodgers real well, of course, from last year. He knows how they play. He knows how all these teams play just from that second half of the season being in the NL West. So it will be interesting to see how he's going to be able to meld with the Padres as well as play against these various teams that he knows just from experience. He knows how they hit. He knows how they pitch. He knows how they feel them, all that. But the interesting thing to also look at is that these teams have seen him for half a season. Now they get a full long-term thing of seeing Machado. Their pitching is going to be able to adapt to him and adapt to his power. Because in the East, AL East, I mean, Yankees, whenever you guys played them.
Oh, he was the Yankee killer.
Yeah.
I hated seeing Machado.
Yeah. It was just...
He absolutely destroyed the Yankees pitching staff.
And even though the AL East has some of the best pitchers in baseball, you got to agree, though, guys like Kershaw, just the entire starting rotation of the Dodgers alone, as well as some of the guys that they've got on the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, Mad Bum on the Giants, they're going to be able to pitch to Machado very well. But it's all going to be about how Machado is going to lead the Padres to hopefully getting not only above that 500 mark, but also somehow getting into the playoffs. And that's not going to happen for a couple years.
No, yeah, it's certainly a way. I mean, their farm system is really good. Very good.
Oh, it's stacked. It's like the White Sox farm system.
It is, yeah.
They're in that stage of like the Astros back in like 2012, 2013, where we've got it. You just need to give it some time to cook.
Yeah, absolutely. They have pitching coming up. They have a ton of pitching in their system. They really do. But yeah, I mean, they're still a good 3 years from contention,
Probably.
at least.
Maybe you might see a wild card spot sneak in there, maybe in like a year or two. Just like, what the hell? Like, where the fuck did they come from? But even then, you won't see them going for anything more than an NLDS in the next 4 years.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, just with that pitching, there's just not much you can do, really.
Yeah, even with the addition of a guy like Machado, whose contract is the GDP of a third world micronation,
Yeah.
which is just sad.
$300 million contract.
What would you do with $300 million?
Oh, geez, Michael, that's not a real amount of money. That's like I've never had that much Monopoly money before. I don't know.
Oh my God. I think I would buy season tickets for the rest of my life
Yeah,
to Busch.
for sure.
Yeah.
For me, it wouldn't be for
Yankees.
yeah,
Maybe you could afford an apartment in Manhattan
for like a day.
for like a day.
For a day.
You could buy Trump Tower or something. Be like, it's mine now. I want it.
This is mine.
So
My tower. It's the
you-
best tower.
You take it, brand it with the Yankees logo on it, and
Now
just
that's a good idea.
that's a
right
good
there.
buy Trump Tower. Put the Yankees logo on it with the $300 million you get for Machado, And then the rest of the money you get a jersey for every single Yankee
Yeah,
that's on the current team as well as all the Hall of Famers.
I would do that.
And then buy season tickets for the rest of your life in the Legends Club at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, the food. Not that I've had it. Can't afford it.
No.
But from what I've seen, the food looks
The
fucking
food.
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. What else do we
Now we're dreaming.
Yeah,
we're
now I'm just
dreaming of some
hungry.
good
honestly.
stuff. Yeah.
I put so much stuff on here that I thought of as I was driving home the other day that just like doesn't make sense to me right now.
Yeah.
But
we got to talk going from the unbelievable thing of Manny Machado to kind of the sad story. So Newcomb.
yeah.
Yeah, Don Newcomb, pitcher for the Dodgers back when they
yeah.
were the Brooklyn Dodgers. Passed away this week. Hall of Famer. Oh my God. He was one of the last surviving remnants of the Negro Leagues.
He was, yeah.
Negro League, because he came to the Dodgers about a year or two right after Jackie Robinson got called up to play for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I mean, the guy was incredible. MVP.
And Cy Young in the same year.
Wow, that's like a Kershaw-looking deal right there.
Yeah.
He also led the league in wins the same year he won the MVP and the Cy Young.
Mhm.
Led the league in strikeouts. Rookie of the year his first year. 4-time All-Star. World Series champ. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Dodgers are
on.
wearing a commemorative patch for him this year.
They should. They
Just
should.
saw that.
Yeah. So it's really sad to see a remnant of that golden era of baseball when in the 1950s when it was New York.
Mm-hmm.
You had 1 year in there between when did New York start winning them? 1959 to 1958.
Yeah.
There was only 1 year in there where there was a team other than a team in New York that won the World Series,
Mhm.
and that was in '57 with the Braves. But he was on that team in 55 where it was the Dodgers didn't have to wait till next year. And it's so sad to see that he's passed on. But it's also good to know that he's up there
Yeah.
in the fields, the cornfields up there with, God, who knows who he's up there playing with Jackie.
Up there in the Field of Dreams.
He's up there with Jackie and Pee Wee Reese and all those guys from the 55 Dodgers just kicking ass, taking names.
We're losing all these legends, man.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Oh my God, we lost Frank Robinson,
Yeah.
and then we lose Don Newcomb. I don't want to.
These are weeks apart.
I don't want to predict anything on the next person to go because that'd just be horrible. But dang, there are some good ball players from long ago that are getting up
There's some
there.
dudes that are getting up there.
And it's gonna be sad to see him go because the longest time Red Shandeist was the oldest guy.
Yeah.
In the Hall of Fame, just oldest former ball player overall. The fact that he was in Hall of Fame was just a coincidence. He's been dead for a very long time.
Yeah.
But even then, like, still you have to just guys like Al Kaline is getting up there.
Yeah.
Al Kaline was such a good ball player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He was great. Is Mickey Lolich still alive? I'm remembering from that 1968 Tigers team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Lolich is still alive. He was a pitcher. He was the guy who took on Bob Gibson one-on-one and won a World Series in a face-off against Bob Gibson when he put up a 1.12 ERA.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
How old's Nolan? Okay, Nolan.
Ryan was like 40 pitching.
Yeah, he's not as old as I thought. He's 72.
Oh, that's not that bad. I remember my dad freaking loved Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my dad loves Nolan Ryan. He would, whenever Ryan would go and pitch, and he'd watch. Dear Lord, 80, like he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastball at 40 years old.
Yeah.
There's only one person who skills are even 10 times better than that when you're that old, and that is Bartolo Colon.
That's Bartolo Colon, and mind you, he's not on the level of Bartolo. But
No. Yeah, because Bartolo is obviously the greatest baseball player.
he's
of all time.
godly.
We forgot to mention Bartolo last week, and I feel very upset about that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
We have to double mention him this week.
Yeah.
Bartolo.
Pete Rose is getting kind of old. I met Pete Rose.
You did?
I did, yeah. He was at a River City Rascals game. They were giving away bobbleheads.
Why? Why
I
is...
don't know. That's odd, but it's cool that he was there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's cool. You get to meet the dude, but what the hell is he doing there? That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Oh, my God. Alrighty. Well, I think we should move on now to the next topic. So we've talked about Manny.
Yeah, I've talked about Manny.
We've talked about Don Newcomb. Now that one of those two guys has signed, we have to talk about the other one, and that is Bryce Harper. The man.
It's weird if he doesn't end up in Philly. But, like,
Yeah.
I saw something just last night. There's still 5 teams with offers out for him right now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, Nationals, obviously.
Nationals, Phillies, Giants,
Giants, okay.
White Sox, I think said they're out of it.
Yeah, because White Sox were pushing hard for Manny. They weren't really going for Machado. Because
Right.
they wanted... Oh, no, they didn't want Harper. They were going for Machado.
Right.
And they were really amped up about it. But here's the problem with the White Sox. Like, their fans are going to be so pissed off they didn't get any of these big guys.
Oh, yeah.
They picked up some pretty good outfielders.
They did.
They've got John Jay. I mean, John Jay isn't what he used to be, but still, John Jay is a good, steady outfielder.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you're fucked or anything. You still got some pretty good outfielders, and you got a lot coming up the pipe.
Oh, yeah. No, they really do.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and weren't the Dodgers involved still with Harper? Did they give him an offer?
They did not. They have not made him an offer yet. But I don't know. The whole Pollock thing was weird because them sending all those dudes off to Cincinnati kind of just like, hey, we're getting Harper, but like,
Yeah, them offloading. They were offloading, but then they just don't do anything. I think part of it's they're offloading because they're so just packed with that young talent.
yeah,
And they know that they're going to be able to afford it, so they just get rid of these big contract guys. That
Yeah.
way they can keep, if they need to go get somebody. Because, I mean, you got Corey Seager, Max Muncy, Bellinger, Jock,
Justin Turner,
Turner.
Mal Pollock.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they're just a stacked team all by themselves.
with the Machado deal, now we know Bryce wants more than that, and he's probably going to get more than that because he has the MVP to show off.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's probably shooting for like 10-year, $325 million,
They're
which is astronomical.
insiders in Philadelphia that are at Philly.com that are like writers and have in deals with both the Phillies and Harper think, number one, they're all very confident that Harper within the next couple weeks is going to sign with the Phillies, but
Yeah.
that he's going to sign for more than Stanton
Yeah,
signed with the Marlins. And
and that was what, 326?
yeah, and that's the world record
Yeah.
contract, sports contract. So
Oh, trust
my
me, I
God.
know.
the MLB has set the bar for records of paying players. So
Oh yeah.
they're expecting Bryce to get $350 million for 10 years.
Yeah.
Easy. With a bunch of incentives too.
Yeah.
So
All while not wanting to go to Philly, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because he said it like multiple times. Like it's some of these have been rumored, but some haven't. It's like he's not a big fan of the city.
that's what I've heard
Yeah.
about. He wanted to come to St. Louis, but Bill DeWitt and them don't offer up that kind of big money.
No, nor should they.
Well, I
honestly.
think they look at what happened to Pujols as a good
Yeah.
benchmark of what they probably should do. I
Right.
mean, they offered Pujols like the exact amount of money that he wanted, but for 8 years.
Yeah.
And they said no, and Pujols said, no, I want 10. Now look at him.
Yeah. Like.
I mean, yeah, he got his 600 and he got his 3,000th, but the play has regressed so much. I feel sorry for the guy.
2 more years.
He's got 2 more. This would have been the last year would have been the last year on the contract, and then
Yeah.
you could have done what you did with Wainwright and Molina, where as you get further along, okay, can we do the extension? Should we
Right.
do the extension? And then add incentives. So, but with Bryce, it's a different story. And obviously Bryce, he'll sign, and I definitely agree with the assertion that it's going to be more than Stanton.
Yeah.
Because, Stanton was coming off an MVP year. But, I mean, come on, Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Bryce fucking Harper.
I could definitely see 10-year 330.
I'd see 350. Even.
Yeah.
You add another 20 mil to that. And that's chump change to him. What's he? Okay, we talked about what Manny's going to do with 300 mil. What the fuck is Bryce going to do with 350?
It's not even a real number.
You get $350 million. What are you going to do with the extra $50 million? After you bought Trump Tower, you're going to
eat it. I don't know, man.
You're going to fucking... I'm going to add 2 more floors strictly for my cats.
Fuck, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
God, I wish I was better at baseball.
Dude, I know, right? It's weird. I just...
But then we wouldn't be making the Squeeze Baseball podcast. And
we wouldn't.
be depriving the world of that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Damn.
All right. So next, so we talked about Manny. We talked about Newcomb. We talked about Bryce.
Real quick, I don't want my cover of MLB 19 The Show to have Bryce in a fucking Phillies uniform, man.
I thought you were just gonna say him in a hoodie.
No, that's fine.
After I'm done today, I'm gonna go pre-order the $100 version so I can get the hat and all
cool
the
hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the hat and everything in it. I've been
diamond.
saving up so I can get that.
Your like legend pack. And
Yeah, I was very
stubs.
timid about wanting to get 19 The Show this year because 18 was a dumpster fire.
It wasn't great.
No,
Diamond Dynasty was kind of
Diamond
ass.
Dynasty sucked. They fucked up the hitting mechanics. They royally fucked up Road to the Show with the archetype system.
Yeah.
So I didn't even transfer my player over because I'm the kind of guy that grinded out my player. I'm at like 99 overall, everything.
Yeah.
So I didn't transfer it over. They announced that they are removing the caps on the archetypes in 19 The Show for Road to the Show.
That's nice.
So, but they have it where it's just, you still pick an archetype. It's just the stuff that's near the bottom. It's harder to regress more than, or get higher than the other.
Yeah.
So, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. And they updated franchise mode.
That's
so
good,
that
'cause I haven't really wanted to touch it for a while just because it was...
Yeah, I loved franchise mode was my shit back in the day before I found Road to the Show.
Since 16, I've been a big Diamond Dynasty guy.
Yeah.
And I thought 17 was close to
17 was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
That is my favorite one. It goes like 17, 11, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
And then there's like 50 piles of shit, and there's 18.
18, what they did with like introducing like legends and then like bumping the caps up to 125.
Yeah.
Like 100 is the number you don't go past for a reason. And like, but so they have like Babe Ruth and Ken Griffey Jr. with like maxed out 125 stats. And then you have like your diamonds that are like in the 80s and shit.
I thought that was so
It
dumb.
was the weirdest fucking thing. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because the way that they did it in 17 was just perfect. You had, your 99 overall Ken Griffey Jr. is right up there with Mike Trout at a 98, and it just makes sense.
It did, yeah. And like, it got to the point where like, if you get these legend cards, which take 29 years to grind out, like you have no reason to get any other card in the game.
Exactly.
You already have the best card.
Yeah, so you're going to get fucking Babe Ruth as a pitcher for the Red Sox back from 1916 or whatever, and then you're going to have a bunch of scrubs playing the rest of the field.
Yeah.
Like, I played against the guy, he had Babe Ruth pitching, and then catching, he had a guy who didn't even have a face on his card, and he's 63 overall. And I lost because I'm playing on hard difficulty. I'm like, oh, this will be easy. I still lost because apparently all you need is Babe Ruth to hit a home run for you, and the rest of your team be utter shit, and there you go.
The Babe Ruth and the Ken Griffey Jr. card are really fucking OP.
Oh my! I remember when it was really simple and you just had one legend per team.
Yeah.
Who, like Cardinals, you had Ozzie Smith, and that he was your guy, and you're like, what the hell? Why is it just Ozzie? And then we want more, and then they gave us more, And we're like, okay. And then they gave us a lot more. And they're like, okay, we're going to make this really hard on you. And you're going to have to grind it out. And they all suck in the end.
Yeah.
We're like, we asked for this, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to fix Diamond Dynasty. They understood the problems. They're going to fix that. Franchise mode, they fixed it so that you can extend players in the middle of the season, which is a huge boost.
Yeah.
They fixed Road to the Show, the caps. I'm really excited for MLB 19 The Show because it's always been my favorite sports series.
Oh, it's 10. Yeah.
So it's going to be so much fun to have it
Real quick.
back.
Fuck Sean Green, the like Dodgers 19 whatever the fuck card. I hate that card because I can't pitch to that card at all. And a friend of mine just fucking bullies me with it. And it makes me so goddamn sad because I'm not bad at Diamond Dynasty. I'm pretty decent. I'll say that.
Same.
But that piece of shit fucking Sean Green card, and also the fucking like Diamond Utley on the Phillies. That I don't like that one either. I can't pitch to them. I suck.
Fuck the Babe Ruth pitcher card
Yeah.
from 1916 where he's like a 99 overall pitcher. Fuck that card. His curveball is a knuckleball.
Yeah.
It's not a curveball. It's not even listed as a knuckle curve. It's a fucking knuckleball that is listed as a curveball. So whenever it drops in the zone,
Yeah.
it says, "Oh, you got a curveball right on the outside corner." I'm like, first of all, the knuckleball is way the
First
fuck
of all,
out there,
yeah.
and second of all, it's not a fucking curveball.
Yeah. Fuck Guidry. Fuck the Diamond like throwback Guidry. I can't hit. I can't. A lot of frustration.
A lot of it. But the good news is the new one looks really good.
It looks really good. I'm
And we're
excited
going to be
for
able to play, and it's going to be great.
I really truly am.
Yeah. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, and we got that out of our system, because 19 The Show's dropping right before the season starts.
It is March 20th.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we might see a Harper with the Phillies jersey on the front,
Maybe.
and maybe, I think it's like a 55% chance now. Probably. 55, 60.
Yeah, something around that. 60 sounds about right.
Yeah.
Most likely, I don't think the Giants would ever offer him that contract he wanted. I don't want to see him on the Giants.
No.
They're not going to contend for a while. They have a lot of problems.
I don't know
want to rebuild.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be able to hit well
Yeah, that too.
at Oracle, which is, it used to be AT&T, now it's Oracle, which is dumb. I don't know if he's going to be able to hit well there just because of the wind. But speaking of the fact that he might be on the Phillies and on the cover, the Phillies won't be done after
they're
they get...
weirdly enough, still not done, and they've had, along with the Yankees, like the most productive offseason.
Yeah.
They're trying to build a fucking super team.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, look, you got McCutchen, Arrieta, Hoskins, Nola, Real Muto. You'd picked up David Robertson.
Segura.
Yeah, Segura. Odubel Herrera's doing good. Michael Franco's doing good.
Behind the plate, they now have fucking JT Real Muto.
Yeah, Real Muto's. But now, even if they get Harper, which it looks like they might, they're going after Dallas Keuchel and Craig Kimbrell. So you already get a bolstered bullpen with Robertson, right?
Right.
And, I mean, they don't really have a lot else in their bullpen other than Robertson, to be honest with you. They don't have a good closer or anything.
They don't. They have the guy who was starting to close out games for them last year. I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah, same.
Captain Dickhead. I don't know. I don't remember.
Captain Dickhead. But Neshek's on their team. You got Pat
did go back to
Neshek.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of had a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, he did well with Colorado.
He had a great time in Colorado. His whip was under 1 in Colorado.
He was in Philly and did well, and then went to Colorado and did well, and then he went back to Philly this offseason, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because he started blossoming with the Cardinals, and then he left he got a better contract, so he left. So,
Yeah.
like, he was playing in Minnesota, San Diego.
That dude's been on a lot of fucking teams. I saw an A's highlight from when they, like, clinched in 2013 or something.
Yeah, he was on the A's.
He was
in
on that
2013.
team.
Yeah.
I didn't even...
He's an old guy. He's
Yeah.
38.
Dude's old as shit.
Yeah.
He just does
And-
that... Oh, fuck me. I always forget about that.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, listening here on SoundCloud, the camera gave out. So,
Ooh, my battery's gonna die too. Oh, boy.
and
Sick.
we're back. So yeah, shit. Now he played well, and he went from Philadelphia to Colorado in the middle of the season, and then went back to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And in 2017, he had a 1.12 ERA while he was with the Phillies. And then when he was in Colorado, 2.45. But of course, you're playing in Colorado and shit like that. He also played in Houston and all that good shit. But I mean, you got Neshek and Robertson in your bullpen. That's it. Adding Kimbrel to close shit out. They need a closer because you're gonna have close games against the Braves, and there's no one else in that division really that's good.
Yeah.
But against the Braves, maybe the Mets if they get their shit together. But
dude, they're spending a lot of money. They've made big signings already, and then odds are they're going to get Harper. Decent chance they're going to get Harper.
Yeah.
And we don't know what that'll take them out of the race for adding other pieces. But Kimbrel said he for sure wants like a 7-year deal.
I would offer him 4.
Yeah, I don't think any reliever should get more than like a 4-year deal. Like that's
unless it's someone like a Mariano Rivera or a Trevor Hoffman or a Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah.
There's no reason you offer more than 4 or 5.
I'd say we don't have that. I'd say the closest we have to that now is like a Hader because he's young. Because like, mind you, I think like you look at like the Yankees bullpen, you have Chapman, Betances, Ottavino, like they're all great, but like they're not exactly the youngest dudes out there, and they've had like off moments and everything. Like we've seen that from all of them. Ottavino wasn't good till this past year. I love Betances, but he's the most sporadic fucking reliever I've ever seen. And then like Chapman, since he got grossly overused in the 2016 World Series, has not been the same. Velocity's been lower. He's more injury prone, and he just has bad moments. So yeah, honestly, Hader's the only one I could see.
Yeah. Maybe Edwin Diaz just because he had a great year last year.
He's young too.
He's young, but
Forgot about him actually.
yeah, but he's so under the radar. He's not going to be able to guarantee anything like that.
Again, this is only coming off 1 year of dominance.
Maybe a Jordan Hicks.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
You could lock
upside.
him up. Yeah. But, you need to do that before. Because
Flamethrower.
literally right as soon as the season ended, Jordan Hicks was hanging out with guys like Post Malone.
Yeah.
And Lil Pump. Like, he's just chilling with Lil Pump.
I love him.
Yeah. And so, like, he's already making bank.
A while ago, he was at like a T-Mobile signing or something. It was some random spot. I don't know why it was there, but it was in like Fenton or something. I was like, fuck, I want to go.
Yeah.
I couldn't get off work though.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, no reliever really should command that like Kimbrel wants. He needs to lower his expectations, get a 4-year deal with the same amount of pay that he'd want for a 7-year deal. I mean, that would be fair.
I want to see him go back to Atlanta.
I would
He would
too.
be just as helpful there because Aradis Vizcaíno is, he's good, but he's young though.
Yeah, he needs time to develop as like a setup man or something.
I feel like he'd want to go back to Atlanta as well.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great time at Atlanta. They were winning when he was in Atlanta.
As long as he doesn't go back to Boston, I'll be happy. Cause
I don't want him in Boston.
The Boston bullpen is straight fucking doo doo. Like there's no one there.
Yeah,
like I want to pull
Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly's the only one in the Boston
Kelly's
bullpen.
In Los Angeles now.
Why do all these people keep changing teams and not telling me about it? Motherfuckers.
He got a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was one of the first signings too, like the first big ones.
Yeah.
Depth chart, Boston Red Sox. I just want to make fun of them, honestly, because I don't have much to go off of. Matt Barnes, Ryan Brazier, Heath Hembry, Hector Velasquez, Thornburg, Brian Johnson. Like, it's fucking laughable.
Yeah.
And, like, they got lit the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody whose name was not Craig Kimbrel. I think Kimbrel had some not great moments, but I'm not knocking the guy. He's still one of the better relievers out there and has been for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'm definitely like relying on the Boston bullpen being shit because their lineup is not, and their starters are really fucking good too. I'd say tied with Houston, or no, Houston lost Keuchel and probably won't re-sign him. Like, they have the best starting rotation in baseball.
Yeah.
The Yankees made moves that I liked, though.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah.
Paxton and Happ were...
That's it. Those are good moves.
I don't know. I saw some... Stephen A. Smith said something I agreed with today, which is odd.
Do tell.
He was going on one of his rants today, and it was about...
It was not about Zion Williamson.
It was not about him blowing through his shoe. That was weird.
That was funny.
But yeah, he was talking about baseball, which is odd.
He's a big Yankees fan.
He is. He's a big Yankees fan, and he said something I totally fucking agreed with. He was saying with as much as like our fans are paying for games and just like this is more for the people of New York and whatnot. But with that, and then the absolutely stacked fucking lineup we have with Stanton and Judge and Gary, they're not giving us like a starting pitching core that we can believe in, like a Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine type thing, which is the type of shit like they totally should be building. I mean, we're the evil empire, and like we have ungodly amounts of fucking money to spend, and we're not, and that's really fucking weird to me, dude.
Yeah, because you'd expect. I mean, the Yankees are obviously valued as one of the most expensive sports franchises in the world,
like right behind the Cowboys.
Yeah, and like you only got a couple soccer teams above that.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're getting out spent on payroll, and especially in the last couple of years, it's been the Dodgers would be the ones who have the better payroll, more than the Yankees, confuses me.
And Cashman doesn't want to make the big moves in regards to starting pitching. And like our rotation is looking Severino, Paxton, Tanaka, Happ, Sabathia. Like, Keuchel is the guy we should add. We should absolutely make that move.
There are a lot of teams that need that lefty guy.
Yeah.
That good, solid lefty guy. Now, you got Sabathia, obviously, but he's not that guy.
Like, it's his farewell tour. And mind you, like, I love CC a lot. Like,
I've never had a bad thought about CC Sabathia. He's always been a good guy.
He's a fucking team player. He's as Yankee can be. Last year, he threw at that guy in Tampa and like missed out on his like $250,000 bonus or something.
Yeah.
Like CC is that guy. But like it's his farewell tour and he's been on decline for a while. Like it's amazing he's like extended his career as long as he did by like developing his cutter and whatnot. But he's not a real fifth starter.
No.
Like not for a contending team like the New York motherfucking Yankees. And the fact that we're not making the moves, we weren't as aggressive as we should have been for Corbin. I was okay with not signing Manny. I don't know. I don't like what we're doing with our starters. Because, I mean, we have fucking Jordan Montgomery and Johnny Loaziaga, and Domingo Armand, like these guys who were like certainly not established stars, and they ended up pitching a lot last year, and we didn't want to make big moves. I don't know. I'm just fucking ranting right now, but that's what this is about.
Yeah.
I'm a little pissed, but overall happy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's obviously a lot that a lot of teams need to do. I know just looking and going back to the main point of Keuchel and Kimbrel obviously can be used in Atlanta. They would love him there. Yankees, you guys obviously could use him just in the bullpen general. He doesn't even need to be the closer, although he would want to be. You have the money to spend on him. You could do that. And then also for Keuchel, the Phillies need that good left-handed starter. They could use him. I would say Keuchel could go to the Cardinals, and there was talks about him going to the Cardinals, but that would just depend on Carlos Martinez. Really?
Yeah,
and
he is proving to be as uncertain as he's always been.
Yeah. He got purple hair back, and he hurts himself again.
Yeah, like he is now shut down for the first 2 weeks of spring training with his shoulder injury.
Which, oh my God.
Like,
Apparently it's a trust issue now because he told them he was good to go and he didn't feel anything, and then it starts to hurt again, and they notice it, and then they have to shut him down. So I don't know necessarily if this is going to be a running problem throughout the season, or if it's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I can't really, like, put any, like, faith in, like, his, like, high ceiling and the fact that he's a hard thrower. He can get outs when, like, there's always something.
There's always something. He's still a good pitcher when we can get him, but damn, we need 300 innings.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to get that out of him. It might be worth looking at getting a guy like Keuchel and seeing where Martinez could fit into the bullpen. Because we don't have a left-handed starter, and that hurts the Cardinals a lot to not have that left-handed starter.
We just have a lot of uncertainty after fucking Flaherty, Michaelis,
Waka, Wainwright. And
Waino's old. Like, this should
Reyes,
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope he starts up this year.
Yeah.
But again, he's like, he not only hasn't had a full season, he hasn't had his rookie season.
Yeah.
What's up, Travis? Travis is my boy.
Yeah.
Love Travis.
For those of you that don't know, in the studio that we're in and we record this, there's a glass wall where we can see into the hallway. So we see people walking by.
Yeah, it's all windows.
Yeah. Sometimes if you see us just accidentally glaring off and looking at something that might be moving, it's because someone's walking by and doing something.
Yeah, we're getting stared at.
Yeah, we have a lot of times where people who know us will walk by and try to distract us. I had someone like last week was walking by making a heart with their hands and shit because we were recording on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that I found out later. That was my friend Taylor.
Yeah, that was Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Taylor was doing.
I saw someone like in my like peripheral, and then I find out later. I'm like, oh shit, I heard about that.
Yeah, I got class with her, and I was like,
man down. For those of us listening, we lost a phone.
It's good. It's good.
We're
it's
good.
Okay. We're okay. Woo!
Lost a phone. Whoosh. Dude, I just first spring training game got rained out. Fucking, I wouldn't have had time to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
But it would have made me happy for it to happen.
Yeah, it was the Athletics.
Mariners.
Yeah.
I think.
Which that's what I don't understand. So they get rained out. They're playing in the Desert League in Arizona. There was snow in Los Angeles. There was snow in LA. There was snow in Fort Irwin out in California, which is in the middle of a desert. And there was rain in Arizona. What the hell is going on?
And global warming doesn't exist.
Global warming.
Climate change isn't a problem. For those of us listening, air quotes. I was doing those.
Air quotes. Oh my God! This is going to have an effect on the season, the baseball season.
Oh yeah.
Good thing is a lot of these teams have roofs.
Yeah, you know how many fucking rainouts there were last season?
So many.
You know how many games the fucking Yankees had to that fucked with the Yankees in a big way last year.
You guys had so many doubleheaders that you had to make up, which is just sad because
it's not good for teams.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of teams have roofs, and especially teams that play in places where you get a lot of rain. Mm-hmm. But even then, you also got teams that play in places where the elements are just fucked, like Miami, Tampa, Arizona. I think Texas, their new stadium after Globe Life Park shuts down this season. They're gonna have a roof at their new ballpark. But I mean, you look, Dodger Stadium doesn't have a roof. Yankee Stadium doesn't have a roof. Citi Field, Busch, Kauffman, Wrigley, and what is it now? It was U.S. Cellular, but they keep changing the fucking...
No, not Comerica.
No, Comerica's Detroit. It was U.S. Cellular. Now it's Guaranteed
Rate Field.
That's the dumbest
that
fucking
sucks.
Name change. That's as dumb as Globe Life Park or Oracle Park. They should never have done that. But these places, especially like Minnesota doesn't have a fucking roof.
No.
I mean, these places are fucked.
Yeah.
And it just shows weather changing is going to fuck up baseball because your Cardinals are going to have to play a bunch more doubleheaders. The Cubs, oh dear Lord, the poor Cubs. Yeah. I mean, I hate the Cubs, don't get me wrong, but poor fucking Cubs are going to have to deal with this shit. It's horrible. I give up with that. So yeah, the fact that the first spring training game gets rained out, I don't want it to be an omen for this year.
I don't either. And like, it brings up a point. Something Rizzo said last year that he got a lot of hate for was that the season didn't need to be as long as it did, and his point was that there was a fatigue issue, or like people need a longer spring training, but also that like so many fucking games are getting rained out. He was saying it should maybe start later, like maybe not start end of March, early April. And I hate to say it, but he has a very valid point. Like he got a lot of flack because somebody else said, "Oh, I don't want to play less baseball. Like I'm here to play baseball." And I'm like yeah, no, that's like
That makes sense.
Yeah, in some ways that's the right answer to give. It might have been Yachty who said that. Maybe. I don't know.
It was somebody. It was somebody I think on the Cardinals who was like, "Stop being a pussy" about it.
Yeah.
But I get what he's saying about having less games. It's been a progression up to 162 because they wanted to play more baseball.
Right.
It's always been a thing of we want to play more baseball because it was like 150. And now they jumped up. They said we want 12 more games because it gets competitive down the stretch.
Yeah. And I like more baseball. Don't get me wrong. I totally do. But like, these March and April games, like it can end up fucking over a team.
The thing I like, though, about it is that baseball does a very good job of compensating when there are no other major sports.
Yeah.
Because if you look, it doesn't happen a lot, but baseball is always the one that is the starter for when we have those very rare occasions of all four major sports having a game on the same night.
Yeah.
And all four major sports in the U.S., baseball, basketball, football, and hockey, baseball is the only one to have its season start and end within the same calendar year.
Yeah.
And
which
they're
is nice.
Yeah, they're the only ones to play more than what is considered a regulation 82 games.
Mm-hmm.
They play when the three other major sports don't play. And they fill up time because they know. Because football, you just pretty much Sunday from August till February, you got football.
Yeah.
Basketball, pretty much every other day from, October, I think is when they start, to May. Mm-hmm. You got football. And then hockey, October to May, maybe into June. Hockey.
Right.
Baseball, you've got February to October, maybe November.
Yeah.
Maybe November, depending. You've got all that shit in there. And they fill that up. Because they know. They're like, here we go, here we go, here we go. And baseball, because baseball is not as taxing physically as those other sports are.
Right, yeah. It's not the occasion where like you spend 60 minutes sprinting up and down a court, and you're not getting hit by 400-pound fucking men,
and you're not having to skate and bob and weave and do all the shit that hockey players do. And hockey players are the toughest athletes there are in sports. You can go ahead and at me on that one. Even though we are baseball people and we prefer baseball, hockey players are fucking tough.
Oh, yeah, no, those are scary motherfuckers.
There was this dude on I think it was the Boston Bruins one time, blocked a shot with his ankle, and the puck shattered his ankle, and he finished out his shift before he went to the bench, and they took him out to go to the hospital to get his ankle repaired. And he's like, "Oh, it was fine, you know. Just sometimes it just happens. I knew it hurt, but I got done when I was done, you know."
These are bad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And we're not saying baseball is not taxing. These are professional sports with professional athletes who go 100% of the time, unless you're fucking Manny Machado.
Yeah.
And
it's a 162 game season as well. So you have the added impact of you're going about 3 hours plus a night for 162 days at least.
And for a pitcher,
your arm is going to be horrible. And the added addition of baseball has those very, very long extended road trips.
Yeah.
In like hockey or football. In football, if you got 2 straight road games, you fly out on like that Friday night, stay there Saturday, play football Sunday, Monday you're back home, and then you get the full week to practice, and then and then you just go on the road again.
Yeah.
Basketball and hockey, you can go to the next city if you got games on different nights, but a lot of times you'll get like a 2-3 day break in between. Baseball, you'll play 4 games in Cincinnati, get on a plane, go to Pittsburgh, play 3 games there, then fly down to Miami, play 3 games there, then fly all the way back home.
Yeah, I like shit. If you go on like a West Coast trip, I mean, you can be playing like 4 different fucking teams for sets of 3 or 4 games. I mean, you'll be gone for 2 weeks. Like,
it's insane, and it's so physically taxing on the body.
Oh yeah,
for baseball players, and it's taxing emotionally too. So I mean, looking at how the seasons could get and just the longevity of it all it fucks with people.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So do I agree with Rizzo that the season needs to be shortened? Absolutely fucking not, because we've been progressing up to this point. The fans wanted it, the players wanted it, we got it.
Yeah, and fuck Rizzo, fuck the Cubs.
The only thing I will respect about Rizzo is that he does a lot for charity because of his cancer.
Yeah,
But
not actually fuck. I like Rizzo.
Rizzo's
I really
a chill dude, but for God's sakes, I hate playing against him. I
Yeah.
hate it whenever we play against him.
Stop crowding the plate.
Yeah,
Stop
oh my
it.
God.
Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Oh my God. Yeah, so let's see. We talked about a lot so far.
We have talked about a lot so far.
Yeah.
And I've kind of remembered like where I was going with like the first 2 topics. Again, that was just like a fever dream. Like I was on my way home and I was like, fuck, I love baseball so much.
Yeah.
Dog. And the show and everything. And honestly, that's a good way to ease us out. Is just like what like I initially planned for this show and where it's going. And like we're kind of starting to like build a bit of an audience now.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. We're getting a bit of a following.
We thank y'all for listening to us.
And that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, this is literally these 2 guys talking about fucking baseball.
Yeah. It's cool to do something different than this, because last year I did a live on-air radio show for Webster University's Student Voice, your station, your voice, the Galaxy Radio, thegalaxyradio.com if you're interested. But I did a show there last year, and it was sports overall.
Yeah.
But and my listeners, I had one of the highest rated shows, and my listeners, whenever they'd talk to me, they'd say, yeah, you did talk about football, and we could tell you understood. But when you started talking about baseball, you had the passion for it.
Yeah.
You were really passionate about it. And I was like, well, because I've grown up with baseball was my love.
Yeah.
I didn't even start learning about another sport until I was forced into it in middle school with
That was
hockey.
the same way, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew all the Cardinal. I still have it. Oh my God. I took a thing of packing tape,
Yeah.
and I took the 2007 Cardinals and I printed out a sheet with all their pictures, and like they're like little pictures, like maybe 3 inches by 3 inches, and I cut them all out and I stuck them on that and I put it up on my bedroom wall, and it's still there because I'm afraid I'm gonna peel the wallpaper.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, this is going way, way back, but I mean, like, I had a Derek Jeter onesie. Like, you know how many like pair of Yankees pajamas I had?
Bro.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know how many Yankees hats I've had in my lifetime, but it's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
I have them all still. Except the one I lost, and I don't know where the fuck it was. That was last year. It was similar to this one. I'm wearing a Yankees hat, audio listeners. I don't know. I digress.
Yeah.
Really, like, every now and then I'll get into these, like,
modes
where I'm like, wow, baseball is a beautiful, incredible thing, and I love it so fucking much.
The weather, whenever it's like 50, 60 degrees outside, the sky is overcast, it had just rained, the ground's wet, and you can hear, if you're walking on dirt or grass, and you just kind of hear it crunch under your feet.
Yeah.
I get that feeling of being back at my high school ball field, and I'm like, oh, the feels.
Oh, you smell the grass,
I get the
dude.
feels, the grass. I put my brother right now is in high school, and they're doing throwing. They're doing their off-season throwing, getting ready for the season to start. And I put on his glove, and as soon as I put on his glove, I picked up a ball, threw it in there, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I miss this.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I've had the like kind of pleasure of working for a now failing sporting goods store. If you're from the St. Louis kind of like Midwest area,
Yeah.
you know Johnny Max is closing down.
Johnny Max's was like our shit here
Yeah.
in St. Louis. You go to for sports equipment. I just went.
Yeah.
I tried to get stuff on my varsity jacket for
Yeah.
high school because I was missing all my patches and stuff. And since you guys are liquidating everything, they didn't
Yeah.
have anyone for that.
Oh no, yeah, our team
Yeah.
guys are with a whole new company now.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I'm gonna get $30 off of some batting gloves real quick.
Yeah.
So
Sales went up today. Sales are up to 40% now.
wow.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
be careful about what I say, because I want to keep my job for the time being.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll talk off the record.
Yeah. But it's like, that just feeling of, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like my brother, he's 13, no, about to be 13. He still plays. I mean, I take every opportunity I can to play catch with him.
Yeah. I still do what I can to help the boys at my old high school team because I coached a lot of them when they were in middle school, and I helped. I was a first team all conference first baseman, and I got to play at Busch Stadium.
I remember that was gonna bring me to like my main point here. That's like the first thing we ever talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last year, like beginning of last year.
We met on Snapchat in a group chat of freshmen coming into Webster.
Yeah, and like we just had this mutual like interest for baseball. And,
I think you said something about baseball. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you want to like play catch in the quad?
And we went and we met up. That was when we first met in person, and we just went and played catch in the quad.
Yeah, and like every conversation we had like before we started this show was baseball related.
Yeah.
We met at Cardinals games and
Yeah. We were in Big Mac Land one day.
Yeah.
I was seat hopping all around, and I just was like, hey, Tyler, what's up,
I
bro?
look behind me and I'm like, oh shit, it's Michael. Oh, there's the recording. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's okay. We only got like 4 minutes left.
We will not have video for the rest of this.
That's ultimate sad face.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's all right. The camera's a little fucked up. But yeah, so let me tell you about this. So they used to do it. They don't do it anymore. It's called the Delta Dental High School All-Star Game. It's sponsored by Delta Dental, who is the Cardinals' dental partner. And they'd select one student from a public high school that was a graduating senior, and the coach would, and they'd get assigned to a team that was coached by a former Cardinal. And it was like one of the, guys no one gave a shit about. I think like the coolest guy was Kyle McClellan. They had one year. But they'd put you into teams. You'd come in your uniform. You'd get to get on the Jumbotron and wave hi to everybody the game before. And then that night, the night after, you'd show up, eat dinner with the guys, and then you'd go and you'd play a game at Busch on the field.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it's trippy. Let me tell you, it's trippy. I'm a first baseman by choice, but they had a kid from McClure North who was like 6'3" going to a D1 school, and I'm like, well, I
I
played
think it was Kyle O'Brien.
something like that, yeah. And I'm like,
He was a big motherfucker.
yeah, he was tall, and I was like, I can play second base.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, we'll put you at second base. And so I came in at like the 6th inning and played second base, and then it's when you're looking at it, and I don't know how baseball players can deal with this, major leaguers, the depth behind home plate you're playing, and the dirt is weird because the dirt's further back than you're used to in high school, so you're playing the ball differently. And then the depth behind of the stands, and then they're just going up. It's hard for you to like manage. Okay, if the ball's coming at me, I can't tell how far I need to charge at it before I pick it up and go on the 1 foot for the throw to first. I mean, it's an incredible experience if you ever get to go on the field. And the plate is your stereotypical rubber plate that like you hit it and the bat bounces back up. It's nothing like, this is sacred ground. It's got fucking nicks in it. It looks like your local elementary school baseball field home plate. And it's fucking Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
And they have different dirt for the track than they do on the infield.
Really?
Yeah, because the dirt on the infield doesnent stick to your cleats, but the dirt on the track does.
Okay.
I never understood that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess like what you're saying about the play, that kind of speaks to like the universality of baseball and everything, and just how like you can take 9 guys who've never fucking met each other and put them on a team, and like they all speak the language of baseball.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got together. There were about 22 of us that they got together. We're all sitting there waiting the day game where we get introduced to the Cardinal fans, and Adam Wainwright comes out.
Damn.
And he's like, "What's up, guys?" And he's like 6'11", standing way the hell up here.
Man.
And we're like, and he's like, "You guys aren't talkers, are you?" I'm like, "Dude, we're starstruck right now." He's like, "You guys are?"
You're
I'm like,
Adam Wainwright.
I remember being this tall watching you strike out Engine 06 to end the World Series.
Yeah.
He's like, "I appreciate that. Give me a hug." I hugged Adam Wainwright.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, I hugged Adam Wainwright.
God.
I hugged the fucker. It was awesome. And then, like, he's sitting there and he signs balls for us. Each of us gets a signed, personalized ball from him. And we got teased before that Uncle Charlie was coming out.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I know exactly who that is.
There's only one thing.
Yeah. And, you know, he's sitting there signing the balls, and we're talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, you know, like, he's like, okay, who's here going D1? And we had a pitcher going to Cincinnati. And he's like, all right, what do you want to know about pitching? Because he's a pitcher. And he's sitting there teaching the kid his curveball.
That's incredible.
And then he started talking hitting to another guy.
Yeah.
And it's like the universality of this game is incredible.
Yeah.
That a guy who has made millions of dollars is an absolute legend in local hearts for what he's been able to do and who he is sitting here talking to a bunch of high school kids about the exact same game that they play. There's not a lot of difference, and it's really fun.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Well, we've hit the 1 hour mark.
We definitely have.
So
Sorry for the video audience.
yeah, we apologize for that one.
Did not charge my batteries or change my card. A lot of mishaps. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
All is good. That'll wrap up this episode. Episode 4. Man, that's crazy.
4.
I got something special planned for episode 5.
Lit. I'm
our
ready for it.
listeners. Anyway, that's gonna wrap us up for today. Thank you for listening to the Squeeze Baseball Podcast. Once again, my name is Tyler, and I have
Michael.
See ya.
All right. Bye, guys.